So here are my initial thoughts about House of the Dragon. I don't care. And I'm not sure if that's a byproduct of the first few disappointing seasons of Game of Thrones. You know, we had 4 great ones and then it just kind of went downhill. I'm not sure if that's a byproduct or whatever, but I do kind of want to do a review video for you. I imagine I'll get asked this question a lot over the next few days about this show. Well, here we go. As I said during the opening, the Game of Thrones show, the original one, brilliant, loved it. And there are a lot of elements in this show that are similar. They grab you the same way. There is a lot of gratuitous nakedness. You know, so for those that need that kind of titillation, it's there. The show itself was almost nonsensical, you know, how it started out. I mean, I understand what they were doing. You know, a girl can't be the leader of the world. You know, at the beginning of the episode. Oh, spoilers, by the way. Oh, and if you didn't know that this was going to be, you know, a feminist bent show, you didn't read the books or any of that, well, spoilers. Anyway. You then had, you know, some conflict. The queen, you know, there at the time, is pregnant with presumably a son. There's a tournament. There's a lot of like parallels going on and intrigue. It's the same formula as Game of Thrones as far as, you know, the small council, you know, with the hand and, you know, the people, not necessarily all the people on the same team. The prince being in charge of the gold cloaks. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So there's a tournament. The tournament has the prince, the king's brother, right? Who, he's a pretty brutal guy. There's the tournament. The tournament devolves into just sheer brutality, which is unfortunate. Kind of not the way you want to go about stuff. People taking cleavers in the face and stuff. Anyway, so while this tournament's going on, the queen has her difficulty during delivery of the baby. So the king is called away from the tournament after announcing, obviously, that, you know, the queen was in labor. But anyway, he shows up. The maesters present him with an impossible choice, is what they call it in the show, which of course it is. You know, save one or lose both. So he opted for saving the baby, obviously going to kill the queen, much to her dismay and objection. And ultimately, I guess the baby lived for about 2 hours, according to the show. And the princess was supposed to be the new leader. And the prince, who was presumably going to be the new leader because that was the heir to the king, you know, he has a party the night before the funeral, I guess, with his gold cloaks and stuff, and he says something that could be taken one of two ways, or one of he said something that, you know, was spun as something bad, and essentially banished from that area, from King's Landing. And from there, We already have a starting point. We know what's going to happen. Two brothers that don't get along, a girl that's supposed to be a leader that's not supposed to be a leader because it goes against tradition. Ultimately, in the end, they all die. I mean, it's just, of course, I'm projecting down the road here. And because this is all based on a book, you can go read it, find out what happens. Going through the steps in the episode were, fairly transparent. Kind of supposed to be. But girl can't be a leader. Situation happens. Girl's going to be a leader. So she's named the heir at the end of the episode. You knew that was coming. And there you are. As far as a review, it didn't really have the same spirit as the first show did. It's a lot of people out there probably are going to key in on the fact that it was much more low key, kind of like the middle of the first season of Game of Thrones, where they kind of slowed things down and let the intrigue build. Here it seems like they're starting off with that. Unfortunately, even if you haven't read any of the literature, you're going to look at this and just say, wow, this is paint by numbers. I can predict everything that's going to happen. It's less fantasy than the Game of Thrones show was or could have been. House of Dragon is something, actually, somebody in one of the chats I was in last night said it's kind of something that was placed in a period of time that you would understand the politics of it all, kind of in that medieval period of time, more closely associated with our world than with fantasy, which I think is a problem for this show. Man, I don't know what else to say. I am going to give it 2 more episodes, see if it actually hooks me in. We're about to see, probably my prediction is the current king, who's getting irregularly cut with the swords that he sits upon on the throne. I think we'll get to see him pass soon. Probably or on the last episode, or perhaps the penultimate episode. That seems to be like a theme with showrunners. And then we'll be in full-blown, full-pitched war. And obviously, it'll be female-based. Once again, just like the end of Game of Thrones. I don't have any problem with any of those things. I just need something that engages me, and so far this show hasn't done it. Beat for beat, it is predictable, and that to me is quite boring. But hey, I just thought I would get on here, give you my random thoughts in no particular order, kind of try to break down the episode as it were. Of course, there's dragons, and people are going to go, yay, dragons, and that's going to be as deep as they get. And they really do bring down the Targaryens in a way that I don't know that that actually helps their cause. Saying that the only difference between them and others, even though people deify them, is that they've tamed dragons. There's no other difference. Whereas that's not supposed to be the case. They're supposed to be ethereal in a way. But again, they're not leaning into the fantasy side of this. They're leaning into the more medieval, historical, with modernity shoved in kind of a show. Anyway. What did you think? Did you see the show? Are you interested in it? Did my thoughts on it help at all? One way or the other, I don't know. I'm going to watch a couple more episodes. I always watch 3, just like with She-Hulk, which I'm going to be recording a She-Hulk review with the boss tonight. So get ready for that. That'll probably be up on Tuesday, and well, that's pretty much it. But your thoughts down below, I'd appreciate in the comments section. We can engage on this. You know, obviously support other independent creators out there. I know Scott at Sporking News Network is going to be doing a stream on this. Loki did one today. You're probably going to hear about the show a little bit on Midnight's Edge in the morning. Since this is going to release after that show, you probably heard stuff like that. You may hear some of the same thoughts I had here in the video if you watch the Midnight's Edge in the morning stream. If I'm on there this morning, I may have the same thoughts or something, you know, broader, more nuanced. I don't know. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Support independent creators like Scott and others that are going to be covering the show, and you know, give them the same kind of love as you would give me. Subscription, hit the like button, obviously share the work around, and you know, let's increase engagement on these channels so that we can all grow and replace the mainstream, which is always on the descent, always on the downward spiral. So with that, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.
Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.